Hello and welcome to Firestorm Games, and you're joining us for another unboxing video. This time we're taking a look at the second Horus Heresy box set, which is of course the Burning of Prospero. And this box set follows the events of the attack on Prospero by the Space Wolves, and also the Sisters of Silence and the Custodians as well, and the Thousand Suns, which are defending their home planet. Now, I'm going to flip this box over. You can see the contents that we get in here. You can see with the miniatures that we get. We've got the Custodians, the Mark III Space Wolves, and also the Thousand Suns. We've got the Tartarus Terminators, Sisters of Silence, and also the couple of special characters that we get in here. In addition to that, we also get a background book, 32-page rulebook, 2 profile sheets, 5 double-sided board tiles, 15 psychic power cards, 36 warp energy and willpower cards, and 24 dice. We've actually got some normal d6 and also some different polyhedral dice there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to split in this video into 2 sections. The first one will be looking at the miniatures themselves we get in this box set, and the second will be looking at the cards and the game and the rule books and everything else as well. So let's get this started by taking a look at some of the miniatures. So first of all, we have the Mark III Space Marines that we get in the set, and you get 30 of these all together. There's 10 on each of these sprues here, and we've got these 2 sprues and also this final one over here. So on the sprue we have some of the main weapons. You can see here we've got specialist weapons. We've got the bolt pistol, plasma gun, melter gun. We also have lots of different chain swords, power fists, lightning claw, and also the main bolters themselves here. Also got the heads, so you get 12 of these Mark III helmets and also 2 bare heads that you can see there. Really nice to see this Mark III armor rendered in plastic as opposed to just the Forge World miniatures that we've seen up until now. Very clunky, very strong armor. You can see here we've got these very just flat plates, no iconography, no adornments, very much utilitarian in their appearance. The next sprue that we have actually has the main leg sections on, and also some of the equipment as well. You can see these bolt pistol pouches and also these legs in 2 parts, as you can see there. Now, one of the things I like about these is it's kind of very reminiscent of the Cataphractii Terminator armor that we saw in the Betrayal of Calth box set. You can see here we've got the segmented sections behind, very heavily armored, but the front here we just have these slab sections of armor there. So that was the Mark III Marines. Let's get one of these assembled and take a look at the finished piece. So next up we have the Tartarus pattern Terminators, and we have enough components on these sprues to make 5 of them, and we have lots of different weapon options. Again, we've got these twin link plasma guns, power swords, power fists. We've got this Reaper auto cannon there, as you can see. We've also got lots of lightning claws down here. We've got some storm bolters and also these chain fist attachments as well. So lots of different options that you can kit them out with. Now, one of the things I really like about the Tartarus pattern armor, it looks a lot more advanced, especially more so than the Cataphractii armor. It's definitely reminiscent of the Contempt Dreadnought as well that we saw in Calth. You can see here around the chest sections, we've got this kind of ridge section going across the chest there. And also if you look into the helmets as well, they're much more like the Mark IV helmets as compared to the Mark III sets that we get in this box set. So again, let's get one of these Terminators assembled and take a look at the assembled piece. So with the generic Space Marines looked at, we now have the Custodian Guard, who are the Emperor's personal bodyguard, and they are really much more superior than Space Marines, if you would imagine such a thing. If you just look at the legs here, now compare them to the Mark III legs, you can see that they're actually considerably larger. It just gives you a size of the stature of these guys, huge. Now actually the legs remind me of the Stormcast Eternals. You can see there the actual back sections of the legs, very much similar to those Age of Sigmar miniatures. Now the actual sprue itself is completely adorned with weaponry. We've got these power swords here, extremely large, and they're incorporated with these bolt guns as well. We have these power glaives, very iconic weapon for the Custodian Guard. We also have these shields. We get 5 of these, so you can equip your whole squad, and you can actually assemble 5 Custodians from this single sprue. Now, one of the things I like particularly are the helmets themselves. We've got these tall, peaked helmets with the wings, and lots of Imperial iconography on these. You can already see them on the shields there, very nicely detailed indeed. We've also got it stretched across to things like just the back of the armor. We've even got the shoulder pads, you can see there, and even the weaponry. Everything has lots and lots of Aquila and eagle motifs on them. So that's the Custodian sprue looked at. Let's get one of these miniatures assembled. Next up we have the Sisters of Silence. Now these are very much iconic in the Warhammer 30k and also the Warhammer 40k background as well, because they have the Pariah gene. If you're unfamiliar with that, it's essentially the nullification of psychic powers. Powers targeted at them start working or lose their effectiveness, and then psykers as well that are near them find themselves not able to actually use their psychic powers as well or at all. Now this sprue comes in 3 sections, you can see here, just been broken, the end has been broken off there. And now these Sisters of Silence are a lot more lithe, but they're very, very tall as well, kind of almost the same height as a Space Marine themselves. It kind of remind me of the Sisters of Battle as well, so it's nice to see some female warriors actually emerging for the Imperium after a long slew of male-only warriors. Now the weapon options we get in here are limited to bolters. We also have a flamer here, but we have these two-handed swords as well, you can see there. Lots of different head options. You can see we've got these we've got these masks here that's cover the lower half of the face, bald heads, and these top knots as well. Lots of different head options to choose from. And again, the sprue is pretty much the same thing. We've got a couple of flamers and also some bolters as well. So let's get one of these Sisters of Silence assembled. So next up we have the 2 special characters in this set, and these are Legion specific. We have Arzek Araman of the Thousand Suns and Geiger Falhand of the Space Wolves. Now, Betrayal at Kelth had no Legion specific miniatures in there. It was just pretty much generic that you could use for any Legion, but these are the only miniatures in this particular set. So let's look at Araman first. You can see we've got lots of Egyptian-like iconography on here. We've got the Khopesh, we've got scarabs, we've got the eye here. We've also got the Thousand Suns sun that you can see just at the back there, the blazing sun with the disc in the middle. Now on this miniature as well, if you look very carefully, you might not be able to see it on the camera, but there is a very, very small symbol of Zeech there just on the leg. So it's kind of alluding to his future involvement with the Chaos God of Change. Now we've got Geiger Falhand here. It's very much Space Wolf in his appearance. We've got lots of furs, we've got a wolf pelt there, we've got actual wolves on his shoulder pads, runic inscriptions on his blade, and also these gems as well on the armor. So very much Space Wolf in his appearance. You can see even more runic inscriptions on the bolter there, and also, last but not least, the crazy mane of hair and the beard as well that we've got adorning his head. So let's get these 2 miniatures assembled and take a look at them built. So that concludes our look at the miniatures of Burning of Prospero, and overall they really are nice to look at. It's very intricately designed miniatures, and everything is brand new as well. We haven't seen anything released before. We've got brand new Mark III Marines, we've got Tartarus pattern Terminators, we've got the Custodians, we've got the Sisters of Silence. We also get 2 new special characters as well. And that's all on top of an actual board game that you can play, which we'll be looking at more in the next video. Now another great fact about this set is its price point. At £95 RRP, you really can't beat it, considering you get 30 Marines and 5 Terminators. I mean, if you're looking to buy those separately yourself, you'd be looking at paying well over that price, and that's not including the Custodian, Sisters of Silence, or the 2 special characters either. However, it is available for even less than that on the Firestorm Games web store, which is available for £79.99. And I'll pop a link in the description below, which will take you directly to the Firestorm Games web store, and you can pick a copy up for yourself. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please do let us know in the comments below, and also subscribe to be kept up to date with all of our future unboxings. So thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you again on Firestorm Games.